Your moderator for this evening's recorded event, Dr. Larry Patterson from Crossville, Tennessee.
So Toby mentioned earlier, we love gadgets, we love toys, and we can't get enough of them. We've got to figure out how to pay for these things. And we're sitting here, well, this is just another thing. How do we get reimbursed for it? I don't know of an OPD code, and so how do you guys deal with that, Cynthia?
Well, there is no OPD code. That's exactly right. And Marco is not gifting these to us, so we have to purchase it. Somehow we have to make the two kind of ends meet. So how do we do that? I really thought hard about this. So what I did is I came up with a one-page description of all the information that the OPD3 provides me as a surgeon to help my patients have a better outcome. So I can best customize the implant to that patient. So we hand the patient the summary, and I say, this is very important for me, so I can do my best for you. But it's not covered by insurance. So there is a fee for it. We have the patient sign an ABN, understand that it's a refractive analysis that is not covered by any insurance, and we have the patients pay for it before they have their OPD. And we get very little pushback. Our kind of uptake on this is about 87%.
Mitch?
Yeah, I mean, we do it a little different. They sign ABM, but ours is kind of built in to once they kind of decide on an advanced technology. It's kind of part of that whole advance, what the fee they're paying for. So we actually do things, we actually call it legal to drive for our toric or astigmatic incision. That's a Jim Loden, he came up with that. And so we use his legal to drive. I try to avoid medical terminology, astigmatism. So when I'm selling a lifestyle option to a patient, it's either Forever Young, which came from my significant other in our practice for the presbyopia, correcting IOLs. So patients like those terms. We're selling a lifestyle, but as part of that, they're getting femtosecond laser. They're getting advanced diagnostics. They're getting intraoperative aberrometry, and they're getting the advanced technology. So as part of the ABN, that's all built into that. And with at least 86% of our patients doing at least femtosecond conversion, we're pretty similar to you, and with the ABN, it's kind of built into the package instead of just isolated for the OPD3 alone.
When I first saw, I think it was an OPD2, I was like, I really want that, but how do I justify paying more for that than the standard autorefractor? And I was like, gosh, I want it. I went to my administrator and said, look, we're getting it. You're going to hate me for a little while. And what it did is it actually made it easier for us to have the conversions. And we saw the conversion rate go up. Why? Because we had the information at hand. It was graphical, so the patient understood it. It gave you the confidence to know which people to pick, which not. So we went from maybe a 10% rate, then all of a sudden, next thing you know, we're at 20% rate. And right now, we're running about a 65% rate of conversion to premium products. We're not charging extra for it, but it's allowing me to have that type of interaction with the patient that's driving a change in the practice norm. And that really quickly allowed us to pay for the machine. I mean, I thought it was one of the best investments after all, to the fact that even in our satellite clinics where probably a autorefractor would get the basics done, I want an OPD3 in every one of those offices because I want to be able to maintain that conversion rate at all those offices. So I'm having the discussion on the front end, not at the very end of the interaction with the patient.
I'd like to echo the same. For us, it has allowed for more advanced discussions that has allowed us to have a conversion rate of close to 90%. But what it does also is highly efficient. And so we're now seeing more patients in the same amount of time. So it ends up paying for itself. We bundle it into the cost of the premium.
Right, time only thing we have left. Yeah. It's a value as an MD in practice, and so I'm able to see more patients in less time. I'm able to convert more patients in less time, and then my chair time with the patients less because I have all the data to show them. So in the end, you're paying for it.
And what we do it a bit more like Cynthia does because we are in an area we're almost never going to go over 50% conversion. I have a very general ophthalmology practice. We have a lot of people who are coming in with Medicare and Medicaid, a lot of people just our form of Medicaid. We have a lot of people just, I mean, if you told them we could give you a Symphony or a multifocal implant and it would only cost you an extra $50, it's out of the question. You know, they can only do what. So we charge for the procedure. We call it a digital wavefront refraction. And we charge more than we would for a standard refraction. And about even in our area, we still get 95% of the people will pay that extra. And that has essentially, you know, it has underwritten the cost of the OPD and more than taking care of the technology. Then when the people, the third or so of the people who do want some sort of refractive surgery, if they want that, then we're all set for that anyway. But we let people know, even if they don't want a premium lens, it is so helpful in just routine monofocal lenses, the angle kappa, the angle alpha, picking which type of monofocal implant you want to put in. We tell them it's the difference between, you know, buying something off Amazon, you know, trying to buy shoes off Amazon as opposed to going in there and getting something that's custom fit for you.
So you want to be able to prevent the error on the front end, and that's what we're able to do here is we stay out of trouble, and it costs us so much more to have to go back and touch things up. So if we can stay out of trouble and get it right the first time, the savings there are immeasurable.